So the first one is, it's okay to drink 1 glass of wine when you're pregnant.
Yes, especially in the later trimesters. I mean, if you look at the data, it's very clear that drinking a lot of alcohol is bad, and binge drinking at any time of pregnancy is very dangerous. But if you look at the data that looks at occasional drinking during pregnancy, it just doesn't show those kind of effects. And we actually do have a lot of data on this, because in many places outside the US, this kind of alcohol consumption is much more common. And we have reasonably good approaches to sort of figuring out causality there. And so that doesn't mean everyone is going to choose to do this, but I think that it is something that, looking at the evidence, many people are comfortable with the occasional drink.
Got it. Okay. I was not expecting that. I didn't know that. Next one, pregnant women shouldn't drink coffee.
That is a myth. That is a myth. So there is some discussion about links between caffeine in the first trimester and miscarriage. It turns out that those links don't show up pretty much at all until about 4 to 6 cups of coffee. So if you are consuming a sort of typical person amount of coffee a day, 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, there's no evidence of downsides there. But even when we look at people who consume like a tremendous amount of coffee, it's like data from Sweden, or if people are consuming like 8 cups of coffee a day, it's probably the case that any links with pregnancy loss are just driven by nausea. So people who are really nauseous don't drink coffee, and that's also correlated with lower risks of miscarriage. There's a lot of stuff going on in the data, but the bottom line is that some coffee is totally fine.